Ever wonder why a field can support thousands of blades of grass, but only a single hawk? The answer isn't about space, it's about energy, and it all starts with the sun. Plants, which ecologists call producers, are the solar gatekeepers of our planet. Through photosynthesis, they capture sunlight and convert it into chemical energy, food. They are the only entry point for this energy into the living ecosystem. Without them, the entire system collapses. From there, the energy begins its journey up the food chain. A grasshopper, a primary consumer, eats the grass. A lizard, a secondary consumer, eats the grasshopper. Finally, the hawk, a tertiary consumer, eats the lizard. This simple sequence shows the direction of energy flow. In nature, these chains overlap into complex food webs, but the principle remains the same. Here's the critical piece of the puzzle. This energy transfer is incredibly inefficient. When the grasshopper eats the grass, only about 10% of the grass's energy is stored in its body as new tissue. The other 90% is lost, burned as body heat, used for hopping around, or passed as waste. This is the famous 10% rule. So when the lizard eats the grasshopper, it only gets 10% of that already reduced energy, and the hawk at the top gets just 10% of the lizard's energy. Let's put numbers on it. If the grass holds 10,000 units of energy, the grasshopper gets 1,000, the lizard gets 100, and the hawk? It receives a tiny 10 units. This massive loss creates an energy pyramid with a huge base of producers and a tiny peak of top predators. That's why the hawk is so rare. There simply isn't enough energy left at the top to support a large population. It's a fundamental law of ecology, reminding us that to protect the hawk, we must first protect the grass.